What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Here we are talking about AI, and this time about how it can help your listening. So let's get right into it. And this is about conversation scores. So your conversation score is a combination of listening and speaking, but we're going to talk about this AI part. We already talked about speaking. I'm going to focus on listening here. So the question types that are pretty much listening questions are listen then type, where you listen and then you have to type what you hear. Listen then speak, where you just hear a short question and then speak about it. And the interactive listening, where you have a conversation and you have to pick the best response. So there's actually not a lot of listening on this test. If you notice, like even the interactive listening, you listen to a sentence and you have to pick the best response. You know, it's not like you really don't have to listen to long passages. You don't have to take notes on anything. So the listening is not usually that big of a deal for people. It's usually not something you need to focus too much of your time on. But I will talk a bit about how to practice this. So this is what the listen and type question looks like. You press this button, you listen, and then you have to type what you hear. And the interactive listening, you have a conversation, you listen to what somebody says, and then you have to respond with an appropriate response. And you have 5 choices. You have to pick the choice that fits best, right? All right, so here are some ways that you can help your listening. One is increased exposure through interesting conversations on ChatGPT. And another one is, let me see if I did it. Yeah, so be sure to install a Chrome extension like Talk to ChatGPT. So I talked about this in the other AI videos, so I'm not going to repeat this too much, but you can use a Chrome extension like ChatGPT, Talk to ChatGPT, and you can speak and you can listen at the same time. And by having a conversation this way, you can read the text and you can also listen. That gives you more exposure. That helps improve your listening. You're improving your speaking, your listening, your reading. It's just so many combined things going on when you do that. I talked about this prompt in another lecture, so I'm not going to talk about it too much here, but you can test it out. I talked about this in the AI video about how to improve your reading, actually. Okay. Now, also with ChatGPT, you can have conversations similar to the DET interactive listening. So you can have this kind of dialogue where you ask the chat to do a role play, and you're my English literature teacher, okay? I couldn't get this to work so well, but I think the idea still works. So I'm going to show you how it looks and you know how I basically use this. So let me get out of here. Let me open up chat, okay? So first of all, let me find the first one here. Yeah, so first of all, you have this here. No, where's my... it disappeared. Did it disappear? Yeah, it looks like it disappeared. Well, anyway, so I had this prompt here. Okay, so this is the kind of normal one. And then I had one that I tried to do like a role play. Okay, so the chat starts, yes, I goes to the library and borrow 2 books. And I say, hi, professor, I wanted to stop by to get some feedback on my essay I submitted. So this was actually what was written in this prompt here, in this part here. So I tried to do the same thing and hear what is said in response. And said, hey, it's great to see you. I'd happy to provide you some feedback on your essay. Please go ahead and share it with me. Okay, so pretty common. So you can have a decent dialogue back and forth. I wanted the chat to correct my mistakes, so I said, hey man, you didn't correct my mistakes. And then he corrects my mistakes and then continues the conversation. So you can do a kind of role play like this too, where you can do the back and forth like you would in the conversation. I tried it a couple different ways. I didn't like the results that much, but you might find a little more success than I did. And you might find this kind of, I included it because I think you might find it helpful to practice a conversation like this, to see what the chat says, see what you say, and see what kind of comes up. So you might go through this without even going through correct my mistakes. Just going to try to talk, and the chat talks back, and you go back and forth, just so you can try to get used to this. All right, so you can do a lot with this. I wanted to show you. You can either do what I already talked about, like you have a normal conversation, maybe about a topic you're interested in, and then you try to remember what was said with flashcards, or you can try to do this role play like you have to do on the test. One other thing that I want to do with AI is actually not with ChatGPT. So this is copy and paste interesting articles into natural readers. Okay, so what this is for the questions where you have to listen and type. Okay, so this is to help you with this type of question. Let me show you how it works. So you go to naturalreaders.com. I'm going to go there in a second. Let me get my thing up. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So these are AI voices. I'm going to use her, and they sound really good. You can find a text that you're interested in. I went to Scientific American to sound smart. I never read this site really, but if you want to improve your academic English, then this is a good site to do it. Pick some random article. This one is about mapping Arctic foxes. Okay. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy a piece of this text and I'm going to paste it here. Okay. Now, so I can hear her say this, so I'll just play it really quickly. Oh, you're not going to be able to hear this. But anyway, so I can play it and she starts speaking. Now the problem is that I can see what she's saying, but I don't want to see what she's saying. I want to practice this question. Now you could pay for this and you could download it, or you could try to just be cheap like me and not pay for it. And what you can do is you can zoom in a lot, and then you can minimize the screen like that. Excuse me. And then you press play, and after the first sentence you won't see it anymore. Then you can listen and try to type what you hear. Okay? So that's the other way to practice. So those are the two ways. Use natural readers or ChatGPT for having a conversation to have more exposure to English. So either of those will work to try to help improve your listening. Okay, but that's it. I'll just leave the screen there. Hope you guys found that helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to check out the Duolingo English Test Success Course Premium Package. This is for any student who just doesn't want to waste time and really wants to know exactly what to do to get the best possible score on the Duolingo English Test. There's plenty of places to practice on YouTube at the Duolingo English Test site, but this is the place where you learn the tips and tricks and strategies to help you get the best possible score on test day. And for the YouTube audience only, there's a special discount. You have to follow the link in the description below to get it. It's $67, regular price $97. Also comes with study plans, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. So no matter what your schedule, there's a schedule that fits you. So check that out, the Duolingo English Test Success Premium Package, only for the YouTube audience, and just follow the link and you'll be there.